All right, onto the logistics space then. Logistics marketplace LetsTransport raised $25 million led by existing investor Bertelsmann India Investments in a Series D funding round. BII pumped in $20 million to double down on its bet on the startup. Now, the funds will be used to expand the startup's market presence and enhance its suite of services. Joining us now to discuss the fundraise and the road to profitability is Pushkar Singh, the co-founder and CEO of LetsTransport. Pushkar, thank you so much for joining us on Startup Street today. You're on a mission to aggregate India's 10 million plus fragmented trucking market. Now, how far have you reached along this road and along the targets that you set? What role has tech played in making this a real game changer?
Thank you so much for having us here, Arundhati. I think it's been a humbling journey, and it's imperative that we use technology to solve a logistics challenge that India has seen in the past. Today, we count about 250,000 truckers of the 10 million truckers that we've spoken about. They've been digitized by us and are using our platform for their daily living. Not just that, what we've been able to do is deliver a reliable service offerings to large blue chip clients in India, and creating innovation and replicating innovation from across the globe and increasing the supply chain efficiency of India as an economy. So it's a fairly simple plug and play platform. What a trucker needs to do is they download an application and they get access to enterprise demand, which gets democratized to them. So they no longer have to struggle finding who is the procurement manager, what region are they serving, so on and so forth. All they have to do is focus on increasing their utilization of a truck.
All right. So you're making this process seamless, essentially, and you've raised $25 million. So how will you spend these funds? Obviously, expanding your market presence is on top of your agenda. So what's the expansion plan? Where do you plan to expand to? What are the markets you're looking at?
Absolutely. So a couple of things. We've been extremely capital conscious for the last 7 years that we've been in existence. We've been able to nail down our unit economics at an individual truck level, which means if we spend $1 to acquire a trucker, we ensure that the LTV from that trucker is something which pays back fairly quickly. Because we are in an enterprise business, our CAC to LTV, which is lifetime value of the earning that we do from our customers, is also something that we've sorted over the last 7 months. Our SLAs of 97% has allowed an organic upsell and cross-sell opportunity within our existing clients. So when we say we've raised funds to expand market presence, what we're essentially trying to build is more product portfolio and more services portfolio where we want to innovate on. But as a company, we are gunning towards profitability and a free cash flow story. So given that we've been 7-8 years, we understand the insights of this business. And we look forward to creating more value initiatives and services for our trucker ecosystem. All
right. You said you want to have more services available. So what exactly are these services that you're looking at? What are the new offerings?
Absolutely. So electric vehicle is something which is the talk of the town, and we started investing in it probably 3 years back, right? And that's before the entire fad of electric vehicle came into the industry. What we believe in is there are inherent challenges for bringing a new technology, which is adoption. There are a few early adopters, and then there are laggards as such. But being a marketplace, what it allows us to do is it allows us to orchestrate the entire ecosystem, right? Which means while you would see a lot of innovation happening on the 3-wheeler, 2-wheeler in the EV space in India, a lot of innovation outside of India happens, let's say in China, in America, so on and so forth. And we are trying to essentially build those technologies, bring those technologies and solve use cases for our enterprise accounts. So be it one of the largest FMCG industries, we're doing pilots with them. And essentially leapfrogging and probably not just being rate determined through what's happening in India as such, right? So that's an innovation which we are trying to bring it for our enterprise demand side of things.
All right.
On our supply side of things, given that it's an extremely fragmented market, it's about $200 billion of industry, which is spread to a little over 1 crore truckers which are out there, right? And most of them own probably 1 to 3 trucks.
Right.
Now, none of them have economies of scale. None of them have benefits that otherwise an organized transportation company in the US or China has, right? So you equip them with bringing services, cross-selling insurances, cross-selling after-sales service networks to them, which increases their profitability.
Right.
I mean, at the end of the day, we should realize that India as an economy, we spend about 14% of our GDP on logistics. Whereas developed economies do about 8-9%, right?
Sure.
And the gap there is a combination of infrastructure play as well as bringing more bang for the buck for individual truckers who are participant in this.
All right. We're running out of time, so if you could quickly tell us, you were talking about unit economics, so you've grown 4 times over the last 2 years. So talk to us about your revenues and the targets you've set for yourself, and how soon will you reach profitability?
Absolutely. So profitability and free cash flow is something that we're gunning for probably by the end of 1 year from now, which is what we've set our targets for. And we are touching and inching towards 1,000 crore revenue run rate. And that's the broad financials. I'm sure we'll be filing very soon, and we will get to know what we have seen. But over the last few months, when markets have tightened, I think the efficiencies, clients have started valuing the productivity that's bringing because of technology, which is there. And we see a lot of upsell and demand potential out there within the existing accounts, as well as their competitors and peers in the industry.
All right, Pushkar, thank you so much for joining us on the show. We're completely out of time, but we wish you all the best going forward.
Thank you so much for having us. Bye.
On that note, it's time for us to take a short break. But coming up, maker of autonomous industrial robots, Ati Motors, is backed by the likes of Bill Gates, Mark Zuckerberg and Jeff Bezos, among others. We put the firm's founder on the hot seat to find out their growth blueprint. Stay tuned.